Good morning, family. Good morning. Welcome to the Afrolatina show. I am your host, Alicia Anabel Santos, La Diosa Dominicana. And today's show is titled, To Thine Self Be True. To thine self be true. And so what does that mean to you? This idea of being true to thine self. I've been thinking so much about the work that I'm doing in my meditative practice and the writing that I'm creating and what I'm finding myself accomplishing. And the more I come to the page, the more I'm finding that I'm honoring myself and I'm being really true to what it is that I say I want for myself, what I want for my life, and what I want for those around me. Today, I'm waking up I'm excited because I'm achieving so much, but I'm also sad this morning because I'm feeling like there are people in my life that I love dearly who I am perceiving as not being true to themselves. And so, when I make a judgment like that, right? Because a perception and an assumption is also a judgment, right? It's us judging what we believe might be the case for someone's life and someone's experience, which is absolutely wrong. But sometimes we create our own narratives around what we think we're seeing. Let me explain. I have people in my life who are very close to me, and they're in relationships. Pick one person. A person in my life who I love is in a relationship with someone who I do not believe is genuine, who they say they are, and I believe to be dishonest. I don't believe the person has integrity. And honestly, I think that the person is a liar. And so I'm watching this person that I love in relationship with someone who I believe is a person with no integrity. But this is the person that they chose. This is the person that they chose. And so Alicia always wants to tell people about themselves. That is true. I tend to be the person who believes herself to be the voice of reason. Let me tell you all the ways that I think that this is wrong, and let me hold a mirror up to you and show and expose all your shit and all your mistakes. I do that for some of the people that I love when they ask for it, and sometimes when it's unsolicited. My bad. But I'm thinking about this person in my life who I feel like I don't even know the person anymore. Like I don't even know how they can allow themselves to be in a situation that may be dishonoring to them. And so I'm sitting here a little agitated, but I needed to reflect today. So in my writing, I was thinking about how it is that I would address something like that and what it is that I would say. And I think that I need to turn it back on myself. If the people in my life wanted to tell me one thing they didn't like about my life or a decision that I was making, would I be open to receiving that? Actually, today I would be a lot more open. Back in the day, not at all. No one could tell me nothing. I wasn't hearing nothing. I was completely blocked. I was absolutely combative and defensive and angry. And so you couldn't tell me nothing because anyone who would check me on anything felt like a direct attack on my person. And so I was never having that. But the person that I am today, I am absolutely open to having that conversation. So I think that's what came up for me in meditation, that in order for me to have this conversation with someone that I love, excuse me, in order for me to have a conversation with someone I love about something that I perceive could be potentially harmful to them, how would I want to receive that questioning, that line of questioning in that conversation? And so I really need to reflect. I need to think first before I speak. And I think when I see the person, I am going to ask them to tell me some of the things, and ask them if they're open to hearing some of the things. Because that's the thing too. Some people aren't ready to see some things. Some people don't want to hear it. Which brings me back to the whole point of today's show, which is to thyself be true. The truth is that I'm not going to sit back and watch the people that I love dishonoring themselves. Yes, there's nothing that I can do about it, but I cannot sit back and watch them in pain. And so it's no coincidence that I live far away from the closest people in my life, family members that I'm super, super tight with, because I think that if I was seeing them day in and day out struggling and suffering, that would affect me. It would affect my work and how I create. And so it kind of serves me to be living in New York City and it be, just my daughter and I, and now my partner and I. And I do have friends here in New York, but I'm talking about people who have been in my life for 30 plus years, 30 and above crew. And so, yeah, listen, we are surrounded by people who are in pain, and we're in pain ourselves. But two people in pain together, sitting in a room, just being in pain, for me, doesn't help me to come out of pain. And I'm not trying to sit in it, and dwell in it day in and day out. I understand that as a writer, as a creator, as an artist, I have turned a lot of my pain into art, but that doesn't mean that I want to be surrounded by all kinds of pain and trauma every single day. I'm not built that way. I carry a lot and I hold a lot, but that's not self-care and that's not self-love. I'm sorry. So I don't know how much longer I can sit back and watch those that I love in pain, and how it is. I don't have the answers, right? I don't have the magic pill for how it is that we address these things. But what I am saying is these are the things that are rising. These are the things that are rising for me. And I'm sure I'm not alone for many people, as we reflect on how we can best serve them. And so I think today what I know to be true is that I can just send them love and know that it is out of my control. And there's nothing I can do. The only person that I have any control over is me. And so that's it. With that, let's start our meditation. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Put your hands where you need them. And take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Today I want you to think about how you can be the best version of yourself. How can you be true to yourself? What steps can you take? What can you remove? What can you get rid of? What can you do today that is in alignment with your truest self? You don't have to answer the phone every time a person calls you. You don't have to respond to a text every time a person texts you. Don't feel obligated to jump to every whim. It's not necessary. How can you be true to you? What will you do today? What will you gift yourself today? And when you're ready, come out of the meditation. How will I be true to myself today? I will keep my mouth quiet. I don't need to say every single thing that's on my mind to every single person that I meet. Today, how I will be true to myself is that I will be love. I will just be love, and I will be a great listener today. That's what I will do. That is the gift I can give. I can be a listener. I don't have to have an opinion about shit. That's it. With that, let's set an intention for today. My intention for today is to work on my novel. That's what I'm going to gift myself today. That's how I can be true to myself. I am going to commit something to my writing, to my novel today. I'm wishing you all a beautiful day, and peace.